UWA Podcast. I am your host, as always, owner of UWA and GM of our flagship show starting next week, November 17th. So this is our go-home podcast before the first show. So, welcome, everybody. Alongside with me today, starting with my broadcast colleague, Mr. Zulik, my balls. I had to say your whole name this time, dude, from the jump. I couldn't help myself.
No, couldn't help it, no.
Couldn't help it. So, what's up, man? How are you?
Clean. I clean.
I clean. God, it's gonna be a great one today.
I am high as fuck. That's how I'm doing right
It's
now.
okay.
So
That's all right.
Bear with me.
That's all right. So sitting next to him is another person who has been on this podcast before.
How the fuck did he get here?
Oh, well, he's been here for an ill minute. It's okay. So he is one of our top stars, has been since he first showed up last season on UWA. Actually hoping that Christian Maniac wins that world championship belt, so that way this man can get a number one contendership match to face him for it.
He's talking about me.
Mr. Seth fucking Schmidt.
Yeah, that's me.
What's up, bud? How are you?
I'm fucking tired of shit. But
I thought how you were like whispering, he's talking about me. Of course I'm talking about you.
I didn't want Frost feeling like you were talking about him, and then it's just a big letdown when you say my name.
Well, shut up, I haven't introduced you yet. So next up, sitting next to him, they actually have a stable together. New stable. They were originally known as The Hated. They are now known as Anonymous, which is kind of ironic because I'm getting ready to introduce one of their members because I introduced their leader already. But whatever. Mr. Shane Frost. Welcome. No,
Obviously.
no, not at all.
Obviously.
So, but anyway, the last time you were here was actually for our draft. Welcome back. Nice to have you back, man. Yeah, and you got traded very quickly. So quickly, but that's okay. So, for everybody who doesn't remember, the last time that we did one of these last week, Seth was on the podcast, and we talked about with Travis, who was on our podcast as well, which, by the way, I think somebody might want to call him and see where the fuck he's at, because he was supposed to be here for this podcast, and I haven't heard from him.
So don't ask me.
Oh my goodness. Seth, could you do me a favor and message our lovely GM of Dojo Diligence and ask him where the fuck he is?
I'll do one better. I'll call him right here, right now.
Alright, bet. So while he's doing that, finally, because we always save the best for last year, manager for Scumbag Nation. It's a movement. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a fucking movement.
I was about to say that,
He's
but
all shut up, Zoo. I got it. Let me do my introduction, damn it.
all right, keep going.
All right.
Damn.
Former owner of one of the greatest developmental turned independent promotions to ever grace the 2K community last season, JM Pro. And now the owner of JM Management, and I'm going to add this at the end of it, LLC, because I can. It makes it sound more professional. JM, good old JM. What's going on, bud? How are you?
Another day, another dollar. Thanks for having me.
You know, how was the flight?
Better than the last one, because you actually boosted me up to first class, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about last time. They only
get it.
had
It was
coach
short notice.
available. Yeah,
I
and it
get
was
it.
short notice, so I'm sorry about that. But
you
yes,
can't
this
beat those hot
time.
towels in first class.
Told you to book 'em
I got you,
earlier.
bud.
You don't listen to me.
So when you got here, we actually stopped at Pat's and got some cheesesteaks, like I told you that we would the next time you came down. And then we fucking went out and walked through the city. It was awesome. So we actually got a chance to catch a local independent show too.
Yeah, a lot of good talent to scout out there. So
I already have one in mind, man. Contract's already been sent. I'm waiting for a reply from him. So, but yeah, man. So welcome everybody. We got a lot to talk about
Travis
today.
didn't answer.
Well, it's okay. Then we'll just do it without him. It's fine. He'll miss out. So, we got a lot to talk about today.
Crazy.
And we're going to start with the most important thing that was most recent. I got it. That was most recently posted on our UWA Instagram page. And that's our first pay-per-view of the season. We have amazing news. And I wish that Diego Riley was here so that way we could talk to him about how he found this fantastic venue. We're taking a trip to the UK for Deathmatch Royalty. So I'm really excited. So just to re-explain how this pay-per-view works for everybody. I'm going to continue to explain this because all of this can be a bit confusing with how we're going to operate this pay-per-view and operate the tournaments. We have two tournaments that Deathmatch Royalty are going to feature. And they're both deathmatch tournaments. One for the men, one for the women. So a total of 16 matches, which are going to be done in two parts. Okay, roughly an hour each. So the way that this is going to work is the initial winner of either tournament become our very first ever King of the Deathmatch and Queen of the Deathmatch champions. They are rewarded a belt. That belt is defended 3 times a year. So once every 4 months. We couldn't get a longer contract. It is what it is. But at least that the UK government was nice enough to allow deathmatch wrestling over in UK, because there's only one other company that really features that, and that's Progress. Thank you, Jimmy Jacobs. So, but it's going to be a tournament of 8 competitors each. All the matches are going to be deathmatch theme, like how we always do shit here. And they are going to be a chaotic, bloody mess in some circumstances, I'm sure. So we already have both brackets set up. We're not going to announce any of the names yet because we're going to post them on our Instagram page. So make sure that you guys look in the description and follow us on Instagram for updates for this tournament, because you are not going to want to miss this pay-per-view. I'm telling you this right now, because this shit is going to be epic, bloody, and completely freaking psychotic chaos. And I'm going to love every last minute of it. I am not in the tournament. I had told myself that when I started this company, I would not put myself as a face of the company in a major standpoint. That's why I was television champion, and I was fine with that. Because I don't want to be the main thing. There's companies out there that have their owners be the main stars of their company, and I just don't agree with that, but hey, whatever suits you. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying I would never do that. But anyway, so the winners of these tournaments are going to be the first evers. Then they're going to defend them at every other tournament against the winners of each 3 times a year. So you guys get a bloody mess once every 4 months in England. So, I'm excited. We do have some updates to give y'all. But first things first is what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table and we're going to pre-book these tournaments in a fantasy booking. That doesn't mean that these would actually happen, but they might. So I want to start with Seth.
Of course you're starting with me.
Of course I'm going to start with you. So if you were to book one of these matches in this tournament, who would you like to see and what would the stipulation be?
Well,
and it doesn't matter from what show they're on. It's complete dream matching. So.
Well, obviously, me.
Of course you would. Of course. But okay, who would you want?
Christian Maniac.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a good one right there.
That would be a good one.
And the
I'm
gimmick
excited
match
for that.
my brother made.
Oh, Bloodsport Cage best 2 out of 3? Yeah, buddy. That's awesome. I could definitely see that happening. That's awesome. Right on. Okay. Damn, making history here, huh? All right, so now I want to go to Shane. Who would you like to see as a dream match with the UWA roster, and what would the stipulation be? Singles match. Okay, so Bloodsport times 2. God, man, I know. Listen, I know the heat between you and Diego is fierce, and that's perfectly fine, man. The little dude gets on my nerves sometimes too, but I can't completely disrespect the man, and that's because he found this venue for us in England, because that's where he's from. So I've been wanting to take a trip out there. He helped us out. I really can't knock the guy, but I will agree with you that sometimes, yes, I'd like to give him a diabolic knee myself. So he pisses me off sometimes too. But that match would be dope. That would be a good Vicious Beings versus Dojo Diligence match to watch. I'd be so down for that. Would you want to do 2 out of 3 falls or just 1 fall only? Ooh, oh, 30 minutes? I'll give you 30 minutes. 30 minutes is fine. Oh, man, that'd be a great match. All right. JM, it's on you, bud. Who would you like to see face each other? What would the stipulation be? Doesn't matter from either show.
Well, seeing a lot of trash has been talked over the last couple of weeks, I'd have to say Virgil versus Rancid Rod.
Okay.
And
hold on.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
I was just about to say that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter on the stipulation. I mean,
Have to
Bloodsport
change it out.
Cage, traditional death match, but just those two going at it one-on-one would be awesome.
How about this? How about in a Full Metal Mayhem, and it would be for our
Last man
opportunity
standing.
briefcase? How about that? How about we were to book that fucking match?
Well, I'm pretty sure you already booked a match between Scumbag Rod and Jerome in Full Metal Mayhem, right?
I did.
But I mean,
So this
you want
is
to book
what
that
we'll
match
do.
as well? I mean, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, well, this is what I'll do. We'll make it a tornado tag and just let these teams just have at it.
Oh, there you go.
Full Metal Mayhem winners become opportunity briefcase holders for the UWA Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, we're making money now. Here we go.
Yes, we are, man. We're making history here. So that match will happen on the very first episode of UWA Vicious Beings on Saturday, November 17th, next week. So expect that to be a bloody mess. All right.
I can't wait.
I know. All right. So I want to do me now. And I want to save Zoo for last. No pressure, Zoo. So here's what I would like to see. BDT. Wait for it. Just wait for it. Versus Gabriel Gates.
He did not.
That's what I would want to see. In Cage of Death. That's what I want to see. And BDT and Gabriel Gates both are going to be in the King of the Deathmatch tournament for the inaugural tournaments. So, it could happen, but that's my dream. So, Zoo, you're next.
No pressure, right? Yeah,
No pressure.
Honestly, I see two people here that I want to see go at it.
Who would that be?
Mr. Schmitty and Malenko right here, both y'all.
Oh, man, you're putting me in a tough position.
And you know what? Last man standing.
How about a traditional deathmatch last man standing? You could do that.
You just had to get me there a little better. Go for it.
I had to, man. I had to.
How about
What do
if
you
you win
say?
an Intercontinental title, you put that on the line too?
If I get it, yeah. Which I am going to walk out of the Jordan's compound with that belt. So, I mean, we could do that.
No pressure.
No pressure. I'm not feeling any kind of nothing for this. I'm excited for that. I've been wanting to give you a diabolic
That's
knee
my
for a
decision
while
right
now, so
there.
that way you can just feel how much it hurts.
That's what I would like to see, though.
So,
Not the only one that got knees.
yeah, I know. That shit's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a strong hitting, freaking strong style match, man. And I'm excited for it. So, no pressure. $1. Awesome, thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about what's actually been going on behind the scenes here for a little bit. So, I came up with an idea a while ago for us to do a Survivor Series style pay-per-view. Came up with a name for it. No logos or anything have been made yet, but the venue has been booked, and it's our actual first trip to Canada. Civil War
My hometown.
is what the name of the
Birthplace
pay-per-view is
hometown.
called. Yeah, I know. And we're actually going to be in Toronto. So we're going to actually be in a smaller venue out there. Somewhere in I think a gym or something like that, which is fine. I mean, it's going to be a smaller crowd, but it's not like we're not going to push out freaking amazing matches anyway. So,
Something, so we can't complain.
look, it's our very first pay-per-view, and it's in Canada. It's a start.
Yep.
So, but it's called Civil War, and it's where Vicious Beings and Dojo Diligence go at each other. Me and Travis have been beefing back and forth now, and listen, I love him to death. He's been my brother for a very long time, and I mean that as a very, 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 very close friend of mine. I have a lot of respect for him, But when you're coming at me and you're talking to me and you're pretty much telling me, oh, your show's not going to get the views as my shows are going to get, all right, bud, we'll see about that. See about that. But that's what it is. So there was something that happened on a different show that I have to address because it has flowed over it into ours. Diego Riley and Rose Flynn have been having issues because Rose's wife, Holly Flynn, over on RWA, was viciously attacked by Jessica Flynn and the members of Against All Authority. Against All Authority is signed to Dojo Diligence. Undisputed Entities, which is what Rose Flynn is a part of, her two members is our very own Crystal Crimson and Jade Winters. Homegrown talent here for UWA. So Diego Riley had said at the Performance Center locker room, which for some odd reason is where we all congregate anyway, had said that to Rose that Holly Flynn deserved what she got. Jessica should be the true owner of RWA, which doesn't have anything to do with us, and I don't care about that. But to disrespect another person's family member who's not even signed to our roster at the moment, hint, wink, wink. So with that being said about that, that's completely not happening. I don't approve of that. But before I could even get a chance to say anything, Crystal Crimson and Jade Winter stepped in. They had a few words back and forth and had said that Against All Authority was at full fault for what happened. And I feel for our main event of Civil War, it will be a 6-woman tag team stable match, elimination tornado style death match between Underground Entities and Against All Authority. That is our main event for Civil War. I'm booking it now. Because these two family members between Jessica and Rose hate each other at the moment. And Rose Flynn gave Jessica a beautiful super kick to the jaw. So this is the only time that you will see a storyline transfer between companies. Zoo, your thoughts?
Speak.
Just speechless right now on that one.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. Jessica Flynn hasn't said anything at all yet. It's just been Underground Entities defending Rose. So technically, Underground Entities are the ones that are talking first.
Okay.
But on the other hand, we together watched that show. We came to the office, we hung out in the lounge, I put it on the television, and we watched that show. And you can't say that Against All Authority wasn't technically at fault for what they did.
Yeah, you're right.
So, do you feel that it would be effective for this rivalry to hit our radar and be a main event for one of our shows?
It could be, but then at the same time, we just don't know what she's going to be, expecting to bring out. Because, with all
according to Rose, she's expecting to bring out her demonic side, whatever that means. But I'm genuinely frightened.
I can see a main event coming today down the line in the future.
Well, we don't have a date set for that yet.
Not yet.
But when we do come up with a date for that, we will post it on our Instagram page. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Seth, how you feel about this, because you've been watching all of this shit go down today. This shit happened this morning. So, how do you feel about the situation?
I'm down for however it wants to play out, honestly. Sorry, it's warm in here. I'm comfortable and I'm...
I know, I'm falling asleep over here.
Look, man, it's cold as shit outside. It's like 41 degrees out. And it's windy as shit. So I got the heat on.
But yeah, I'm down for however this plays out, and whoever comes out on top obviously is the fucking better team out of the two.
I agree. So, next, I'm gonna ask Shane, how do you feel about it? Because you were actually standing next to Diego when he was saying all this shit.
I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm just gonna basically sit back and watch this play out itself.
Who do you feel is more at fault? Underground entities or against all authority?
I'm not gonna take sides here.
Oh, you're gonna be Switzerland? Is that what's gonna happen?
I'll pull Switzerland.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm gonna ask JM then, because I believe that you and Scumbag Rob were actually heading out the door when this confrontation happened.
We were, but it doesn't mean I want to actually take a side as well. I mean, I'm not trying to get into a war that, and I'm just a manager, all right? I'll put my hands up right there.
Don't worry, you're protected. Don't worry about that. You can
Just
voice
an
your
advocate,
opinion.
That's all you are.
I'm just an advocate. I'm just an advocate.
I'll cheer for whoever's winning at the time.
Well, I'm. Yeah.
Oh, you bandwagoner.
Hey,
Look,
me and Rose, we have a partnership. Well, we had a partnership. I still, like... We still communicate a lot.
yeah, I know.
And Sammy and Jessica had a relationship, but me and her were still pretty cool even after all that happened.
Well, I mean,
So, I mean, I'm on both ends.
you're kind of
I'm
just
not-
torn, right? So, but yeah, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be biased, but I trained Crystal Crimson. I know how hardcore this girl is. So, like, I mean, I'm just being dead honest out here when I say that Jessica Flynn might get her ass whipped. Sorry, Diego. Fight me. Like, I don't care. I'm just being dead honest. I think underground entities have this. So, I guess all of y'all else are going to be Switzerland and be neutral, right? You don't want to make a prediction for this? Thanks. Leave me to be the solo.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the support, gentlemen. Thank you. Why do I pay y'all again? Oh, that's right, because y'all are fantastic wrestlers, right?
Because I'm the golden child.
I sent you a wire transfer, sir. It's not my fault you haven't gotten it yet. You might want to call your bank.
That might have been my fault. You might have been wrong number.
Fucking damn it,
I'm the
you.
golden child. That's why I'm getting paid.
So, but anyway, moving on. We're just gonna shoot over and talk to JM real quick about Scumbag Nation, and we're gonna talk about this rivalry that they have with the Hood Connection, because I've talked to the Hood Connection personally, and I know that you've talked to Scumbag personally. So, I mean, what's been going on, bud?
Well, before I even touch base on it, I just want to let everyone know, Scumbag Raw actually changed his Instagram page, so it's just
Okay.
Scumbag Nation 2K. It's now the stable page, so make sure you
Okay.
hit that up.
Awesome.
I was gonna get the cheap
Gotta
plug
get,
in there.
yeah, I always got to get the plug in there, man.
But I don't know. I just feel like Hood Connection's got the most to lose in this battle. They obviously already have a representation, some sort of respect from the locker room, and they've been here already, where they don't know these opponents. My clients are coming into this brand new. You don't know their past. So everyone seems to be thinking that Scumbag Nation needs to be afraid, but I don't think that's the case. I know who my clients are and what they're capable of. The problem is Hood Connection doesn't. So when you put all, they want to talk all the trash and say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, they have never faced Scumbag Nation before. They do not know what they're getting in the ring with. So my only thing is, I think Hood Connection needs to be less focused on talking trash and a little bit more focused on getting ready for this matchup.
Well, in rebuttal, I'm gonna have to tell you something, bud, because Hood Connection actually has seen Scumbag Nation before. So, I mean, they've been to a JM Pro show. They live in New York. They've traveled to Rhode Island. And they scoped these guys out when they were Jamaican Express, because they have watched and sat with me a JM Pro show with Scumbag Nation on it, and I had them sit down and been like, you guys need to watch these guys, because if you guys want to be a top star here, you need to learn something. Because I was disappointed in how they acted against the Jordans at the time. This was immediately after they lost to the Jordans. So I guess they took what I said into effect, because obviously they found a completely different side of themselves that I didn't even know they had. And I know that you said that Scumbag Nation hasn't, or Hood Connection hasn't faced Scumbag Nation before, and I understand that. Trust me, I completely get that. But in retrospect, Scumbag Nation hasn't faced this new and improved version of what originally was a nationality gimmick. I mean, they completely, I don't even know what they're capable of. I haven't seen them at all train or anything. I mean, they went back to their, relative cities. I mean, Virgil lives in New Jersey now, and Jerome still lives in fucking Brooklyn. So, like, I mean, I don't know what these guys are capable of either. They have a chip on their shoulder. I guess they're pissed off that we signed Scumbag Nation. They want to make a statement out of them. Obviously, they don't want them to leave, but they want to make a statement. And I think that coming at Scumbag Nation the way that they have, in my opinion, has been a good way to do that. Because Scumbag Nation has made a name for themselves. They are known. It's not like they're nobodies, but they are new here. So I understand where you're saying, but when it comes to the respect aspect, I have a lot of respect for them, or else I wouldn't have signed them. But I understand what you're saying. The fans don't have that vision of them, because they've never been past Rhode Island.
True. And I think that's what makes this matchup great, because you don't, on tape, you don't have too much footage of Scumbag Nation as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you go back to Jam Pro, Scumbag Raw was a very unsuccessful light heavyweight, and it wasn't until he dropped some weight, went to cruiserweight, he formed this whole stable with Regina and Rod. But if you think about it, last year, right before JMP closed, they only got to work together once.
Yeah, I know.
One show,
and it was a fantastic match.
And they just, they keep themselves sharp and to work on their cohesiveness. They had to work a lot of indie shows and stay off the radar for this whole off season.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the great thing, because Hood Connection, it's kind of their first time with this whole new image that they're portraying. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for my clients. I've seen them in the gym and I've seen them in the ring, and I think they're ready for this. But all in all, I'm really looking forward to a great match between two hungry teams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They both have something to prove. Like I said, man, I just feel like the talk is over. I just want to see this match.
Oh yeah, so do I. I want to see it too, and we're going to see it next week. and this shit's gonna be fucking awesome. I am so hype. But another match that we're gonna see next week, and I'm gonna be, you know, the talk of the town for about, you know, 5 minutes just for a second. So I have to fly out to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and go to these crooked ass weirdo fucking compound that they have out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to go out in the swamp and
That's where they are.
get my championship back from a complete lunatic. And I thought I was fucking crazy. I started one of the top deathmatch promotions in the WWE 2K community overall, and the only one that is relatively shown on PlayStation. Out of kayfabe, sorry about that. But I mean, like, come on. You're pretty much telling me that I have to travel to you and get my championship back? I agreed to that. That's fine and dandy for me. But I'm going to be pissed. I want to be out there with mosquitoes. It's humid. It's hot. Muggy. Ugh. I hate that shit. But you know what? It's all right. But I don't know
Make sure
what.
you try some fried frog legs when you're down there.
I'm going, after I get done grabbing my belt back from him, I'm taking a championship trip. I'm going straight to fucking New Orleans.
There you go.
I'm seeing the sights down there.
But they really eat frog legs. I'm just letting you know.
I know they do.
It's fucking disgusting.
Actually, I've tried frog legs before. They taste like chicken.
No way.
I'm being
Get
that
outta
serious.
here.
They do. Yeah, for real.
It's a frog's leg.
But it tastes, but when you deep fry it, it tastes like chicken. I'm being dead serious with you. You're not eating the whole leg with the scales and everything on it at all.
I am not trying that.
I know it's weird, man, but I'm just saying, like, it's not as bad as what everybody thinks that it is.
Really not.
See, and that's coming from Zoo.
I do. Tell your mom to die.
All right. So, let's go ahead and talk to Seth and Shane for a minute. Because I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
Remember when Seth said that he would like to see him versus Christian Maniac? Your guys' first match in UWA as a trio is against Faces of Fear. So congratulations, Seth. You might get what you want.
Looks like it there.
I'm down. I'm down.
You were hesitant though. Do I sense a little bit of fear?
Nah.
How can Seth be at all scared? He's got me in the corner.
I'm telling you, I know what these guys are capable of, and y'all better be ready.
To be.
Yeah. I know what these guys are capable of, dude. Gabriel Gates is a fucking nut. I don't even want to face him. And I'm sure that somebody's dream match out there is for me to face Gabriel Gates. And I'm telling you right now, I do not want to do that. I don't want that drama. I don't want that beef. I don't want that hurt, physical or emotional. I'm good. Because he genuinely freaks me the fuck out. He's a nice guy when you talk to him. But when it comes to ring time, I don't want that love. I'm good. And Mastodon is a big motherfucker. And no offense, guys, but y'all are kind of small. So, I'm not saying that to underestimate y'all, because I know Seth. I've been in the ring with Seth once before on an indie show, and I'm telling you right now, Seth, much respect to you, bro. For real. That's why I wanted you in UWA. That's why I wanted you on my show. Because I have that much respect for you. Yeah.
Giants don't scare me.
I know they don't. And it'll be actually Gabriel Gates, Mastodon, and Aaron Kincaid from Faces of Fear facing you, Seth, Shane, and Tyler Clark. So get ready for that. It'll just be a traditional fucking 6-man tag, no disqualification, pin or submission, no count out. So,
Giggity.
I mean, but I hope you guys get ready. Because this is going to, you guys really have no idea what you're in for with them.
Interesting.
So, I mean, if you have anything to say on the subject, now would be the time to do it. You got a perfect platform right now.
Any message to them? I'd say
Yeah,
right
if
now.
you have anything that you want to say to them, that would be the perfect time to do it.
I'm not a speaker. I'm just a leader.
You're supposed to be the speaker. Uh-huh.
Nah, speakers
Oh.
don't lead.
Bullshit, because
That's what I
I'm a
pay.
leader and I'm a speaker. I don't want to hear
That's
that.
what I pay Frost for.
I understand that we don't
That's true.
Singles, yes. Me tag team, yes. But Frost, I haven't seen shit on him.
No.
Clark, I haven't seen him since like the beginning of OG BCW.
Cobra's calling you out, Seth, in the comments, but I would just ignore him for now.
Who is?
Cobra. Or Diego.
Fuck Cobra. Or Diego, whatever you want to call him.
Well. Mm. I don't know, guys. It's gonna be a great match, though. I'm excited. So, but we're gonna move forward, and I want to talk about something else, and that is our World Championship match. Travis is putting his World Championship on the line in this match. This is going to be the last time that we see Travis. Who else is in that Fatal 4-Way in that for the World Championship? Christian Maniac, Travis, Mike Storm, and who else?
I think originally it was like Mike wasn't in it. It was me and
Well, we changed that now.
Diego.
Oh, that's it, Diego. So, Christian Maniac has to face 3 Dojo Diligence guys. Dojo Diligence has the major advantage in this match. With that being said, I said it last week and I want to say it again. If Christian Maniac does not take the UWA World Championship, win the match, we are going to have 2 8-man battle royals over the top rope. It's the only like traditional fucking WWE match we have on our stipulation card. Whatever. But the winners of each of those will face each other, and we will crown a new UWA World Champion that way. So, and that will be on our second episode of Vicious Beings. Seth, how do you feel about Christian in this match, though?
I feel like he has the potential to take it.
Really? You really think he can
I
overcome
mean-
the odds?
When I left and it was a triple threat for the title?
Originally, yes.
He came out victorious.
That's true.
That's just one other guy.
Yeah. Shane, how do you feel about it? Man of very few words. JM, how do you feel?
Sorry, you talking to me?
Yeah, I am.
Sorry, you broke up in my headset. My bad.
No, it's okay. I said, how do you feel about the situation?
Yeah, you have to replay the situation for me.
It's the main event for next week. It's for the UWA World Championship. Fatal 4-way. We're going to do it inside cage of death. Elimination style.
Already, I like it. But who's in it?
Yep. It's Christian Maniac, Mike Storm, Diego Riley, and the UWA World Heavyweight Champion, Travis. Do you feel Christian Maniac has a chance in this match to actually grab that UWA Championship off of Travis?
Yes. A very
You
strong
do?
chance, actually. Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Out of all four of those guys, no offense to anyone, but I've been watching Christian Maniac's career for a while now, and I gotta say, I'd put my money on him. And not
Any
because he goes by Maniac, and I have a client that also goes by Maniac. It has nothing to do with it.
I was about to say, it sounds like a little bit of bias towards your own client there, bud.
No, that's nothing to do. Listen, a dream match of mine would be Maniac Martin versus Christian Maniac. That'd be just marquee, but.
Well, I mean,
no,
if-
but in this matchup, the main event for the title, I would say, out of all four men, I'd go with Christian Maniac.
No shit. Putting all the chips on the Maniac, huh?
Yep.
All right. Zoo.
Oh man.
Because we
I
watched
think-
Christian Maniac for just as long as JM has.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel?
I feel he's gonna be like so close, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be walking out there with that. You know,
Oh,
with it.
there we go. Our first negative.
Ew.
You're getting some
Well, you
heat,
want-
bud.
go ahead.
Getting some heat.
I won't pass this to you then. I'll just hit it to myself then.
And Christian Maniac has this all out, dude. Period. Point blank.
Every time I
I've
say something like that,
I'm sorry,
you know.
dude. Listen, it's nothing against anybody else, but I'm telling
he
you right
disappoints
now.
me, but okay.
Well, listen, look. I understand he has some losses on his record here, but the majority of everything that he's done for here has been a victory. So, like, it hasn't been he's not successful.
Like I said, there's other men in there, so you gotta think of that.
That shit doesn't matter, though.
Okay, we'll see.
When the
that
pressure is
match
on,
happens,
bro, when the pressure is on, Christian Maniac can overcome almost anything. Period.
Okay. All right, we'll just see when the match goes on. So.
All right. JM, I got your back, bud. 100%.
Hey, I call it how I see it.
Yeah, I know. So do I. Christian Maniac has this. I have no doubt. None. And I'm putting everything on it because I know he's not going to disappoint me. The first one going to get eliminated out of that match is going to be Diego Riley. I'm telling you that right now. It is not speculation. It is fact. And then it'll be Mike Storm leaving Travis and Christian Maniac alone in the middle of that ring to fight it out. And Christian Maniac gets over. I can already see it. I can already see it. And if it doesn't happen, Christian Maniac has to start in the back of the line. That's his fucking punishment. He knows it. I've already told him, but I'm making it public. If Christian Maniac does not come out the champion, he has to start at the bottom and work his way back up, which I know that he's not going to have a problem doing.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
So.
Slight pressure.
Of course you would. All right, so we wanna go ahead and actually get in and talk about NXT and NXT UK real quick. Because we got some time.
It's your show.
All right.
We can
So
do what you want.
all right. I want to go ahead and say that NXT in a nutshell for me was good this past week. I feel that Johnny Gargano had a great promo, and the only reason I say that in that tone of voice is because it could have been better, in my opinion, but we're going to talk about that when we get to it. But the first match of the card that we had, I believe, I might have to actually look on WWE Network because I don't fucking remember the match card now. I'm drawing a blank. Hold on. This is what happens when you become unprepared, or when you come to
Alright, so while
work
we're
unprepared.
waiting, so the
Yes, Zoo,
second
go ahead. You
match-
got like 10 minutes. I'll allow you to do it 10 minutes.
This guy named Jeff had a clarinet, and he actually did the scale. It was a C.
Oh god.
The weird thing is, he said he had a splinter afterwards.
Oh,
Awful.
fucking can't. Fucking can't.
Awful.
I just can't. Why? But fucking why? Seth missed it.
No.
Seth, you missed
No, I
it,
understood
Seth,
it.
you look at that.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
That's your story.
But the clarinet was his uncle, so, you know, they kept it in the family.
You were hyping up the
Jeez.
story the whole time before the podcast, and that's it.
Look, the third week is gonna get better, alright? So they're gonna have to wait for that one.
Oh my goodness.
That one was a trombone, so hint hint.
Oh god, give him spoilers already. Alright, so I'm having trouble finding this. Let's see. Road to Takeover War Games.
Having trouble over there? That's what
Yeah,
she
I
said.
am. That's not giving me what I want.
Oh, that's what she says, alright.
That's also what she said.
Shut up. Alright, I'm gonna have to Google it then.
Google's our best friend.
What was the date for Wednesday? It was the 7th, right?
You're asking the wrong person right now. I'm too high to remember.
Yo, this group is not gonna help you.
Obviously not.
Oh, I need to hit this pipe again.
With you.
Don't
I don't
be
know why
jelly.
you're jealous. We don't have a policy on it. Okay, here we go. Bleacher Report. Gotta love the internet. Alright, so in the opening bout, Velveteen Dream faced Lars Sullivan. I remember this match now. Oh my fucking god. I can't help but say that Velveteen Dream and Lars Sullivan need to have one more match, and it has to be for the NXT Championship before either of them get called up.
Right? I agree with you on that one.
Because this match was absolutely fantastic. It ended in fuckery because Tommaso Ciampa came out, distracted Velveteen Dream, caused a brawl. The ref called it a no contest. Lars Sullivan and Velveteen Dream got into it. Velveteen was getting ready to drop a Purple Rainmaker on him. Security came out, started escorting, the security and officials came out, started escorting Velveteen Dream up the ramp. He got to the middle of the ramp, ran back down, bang, Purple Rainmaker for Lars Sullivan. Fantastic. It was absolutely great.
Priceless.
So that was fucking awesome. So we got a chance to actually hear Johnny Gargano say something about the Aleister Black situation. This promo was fantastic in my opinion. It could have been better, but it worked. It sold for me. I'm actually excited to see this match at War Games now. We're going to actually debate about this. So, Gargano is out pretty much walking to the scene of the crime where he knocked out Aleister Black. And he's talking about how Aleister Black was just his way. It was collateral damage. I thought that was fantastic. And he's just, while he's walking, he's talking about, you know, how Aleister Black thinks that he's like the truest evil in NXT. But then Gargano goes into the plaza area at Full Sail. He sits down on the floor with the camera kind of cockeyed over his shoulder, pretty much showing Aleister Black, reminding him where he was laid out.
By himself.
By Johnny Gargano.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm in a very dark place and I'm actually enjoying it. But the thing that really got me was he had said that he's still the same Gargano that is about right and wrong. That is about right, and he knows what's right, and he fights for what's right. So that's the part that's confusing to me, because how can you fight for what's right if you're in a dark place and you're enjoying it? Obviously a heel promo, but like it didn't really connect there with me. That was the only part where I was just like, what? So we're going to talk about this because I want to get everybody's opinion. Seth, how did you feel about this promo?
I absolutely love the promo. I love heel Johnny. Even though he says he's not, but he's heel.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. This was definitely a heel promo. Without a doubt. So, Shane, did you watch this past week's NXT? Oh, okay. Well, if you were to see heel Johnny now, I'll have to send you the video of the promo. Because it was an actual selfie promo on a handheld camera. There was no, like, fake selfie camera shit that they do on main roster. I think this was actually done by Johnny Gargano himself on his own phone or something, because it was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. JM, did you happen to catch this past week's NXT?
Yep, sure did.
How did you feel about Johnny Gargano's promo?
I mean, I get what you're saying about like the little gray area there, because he still says he's fighting for what's right and all that. But I liked how he said he's no longer afraid of the dark. In fact, he's kind of liking it.
Yeah, that was actually the thing where I was just like, good, I'm glad. Embrace the hate, bud. Embrace that shit.
I just think this is kind of new for him, since he's been a face with NXT for so long.
Right.
So maybe that didn't come out quite right, but who knows?
I mean, I understood what he was trying to say.
Yeah. But I mean, I think a lot of the heel turn for Gargano is just, this match they wanted to happen. I mean, we want it to happen. Aleister Black and Gargano is going to be a sick match.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, without a doubt.
And it's like, you can't really turn Aleister heel, because he's kind of that, that medium.
He's that anti, is what we like to call him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's probably the best term for it. Just because he's not one or the other, he's him. He's dark, and you can when he's angry, you may be rooting for him, but he you can tell it's like a flip of the switch with him. Like he can do either side of it. He's either calm, cool, and collected when he's like selling
exactly.
like the
you
face.
Took words right out of my mouth, man.
Yeah, when he's trying to be face, he's like calm, cool, and collected. But even in the recent weeks where he's been looking for Johnny and he's been all angry and shit, you can kind of just know that he could turn heel in a heartbeat. And it wouldn't be difficult for him at all.
No, not at all. I think he's on that borderline though. You know what I mean? Like he's not more heel, but he's not more face. He's like almost either or. He's like middle line between the two, where he could. You're right. Just flip a switch.
It reminds me a lot like CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin, because those guys were like too cool to either. Like, you can never hate them, even if they were trying to be hated.
I mean, the only time I didn't like Punk or Austin, I didn't like Austin when that whole him just being weird during the invasion thing.
Yeah, I think that all happened because he got hurt, so he had to do a lot of backstage segments.
And I didn't like that. I don't like him in strictly backstage segments.
I know what you're talking about, but that was strictly because he had the title,
right?
And he got hurt.
Yes.
So he couldn't really defend the title. So that's why he ended up doing all those backstage segments, which, yeah, you're right. For the most part, they were all corny and cheesy. The whole him and Kurt Angle thing, like, a couple things were funny, but.
And I didn't like CM Punk. And actually, the Chris Jericho and CM Punk rivalry was very disappointing to me. I did not like CM Punk in that rivalry at all. And the reason why is because I feel Chris Jericho was just too much for CM Punk at the time. I feel that they pulled the trigger on it a little too fast. Because in any other situation, it was fine. But, I mean, to me, honestly, I didn't like CM Punk during the Chris Jericho segment. So, but that's just my opinion. But we will see, because the end game of this is either it's going to be Johnny Gargano going up against Tommaso Ciampa for the championship. It's just what's going to happen. And Johnny Gargano's finally going to beat Ciampa. Is just how I see it. I mean, am I the only person that feels that way? So we're going to go around the table for this debate. JM, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, obviously that'll eventually be something, but you can't do it right now.
Right.
Just because, they're both heel. Like, full blown.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why it seemed like that's what they were setting up for.
Mm-hmm.
But now with with Gargano taking the heel turn and setting up this match with Aleister, I think it's a good booking because I don't really know now what direction they're going in with that.
Right. It leaves you wondering, like, is it actually going to be a thing now, or how long are we going to have to wait for that?
Right. Like Ciampa even talks, like, he tries to, like, throw it out there, like, oh, we should get back together and go for the tag titles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Well, but the other flip coin to that is here's my theory, though, and I feel that this would be more likely to happen now. And since Johnny's heel, Tommaso Ciampa's heel, if Ciampa were to actually, hold on one second, I have 1 minute. I got a text. We got a special guest getting ready to join us. Formerly known as Melvin Brown, Kwame Mackay is about to show up here. I believe he's actually in our lobby and heading this way. So, give me 1 moment. Did we? Yep, we lost Shane. Technical difficulties on that. I guess.
Should have came with me when I came up here.
What did you say?
So I told him he should have came up here with me when I was on my way up.
Yeah, well, it'll be all right. Maybe we can try and get him back in. Maybe not. Well, now we got him all jacked up and rearing to go. We got his mic hopefully working. Kwame Mackay, what's going on, bud? Welcome to the studio, dude. How do you feel about being out here in Philly? Did you enjoy your flight? I know it was kind of late and delayed, and I apologize for that. I didn't realize that it was gonna be that late for you to get in, but you're finally here, so that works for me. Well, welcome to UWA again, man. It's been a while. You took a little bit of a leave of absence. Yeah. Well, hell yeah, I've been watching you over in XCW. You've been putting on a great showing over there. So, I'm really excited to see your current style and what you have going on for you right now, and see it transition over into, which, in my opinion, was your first home, really, when it came to deathmatch wrestling and hardcore wrestling, was here. So, I appreciate you wanting to come back, man. You took no time signing that contract and getting back to me either. Oh yeah, for sure. Do me a favor. Let's go ahead and get you and see if your mic's actually working. Check your settings for me over there and see if it's actually working. I'll get ready and see here in just a second. I mean, I can hear him just fine, but the live is, yeah. Comments popping off saying they can't hear you. Our equipment's a little faulty here. I apologize for that. So we all Gucci? All right, awesome, sweet. So I'm sure somebody will say something as we go along here, but we're gonna talk to you for a minute and get your background. Just I want to spend at least 10 minutes with you and talk. So we're gonna continue our NXT segment after this. Actually, what now? Let's go ahead and get your opinion on it before we go ahead and actually get into an in-depth interview with you first. So we're talking about the Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black situation. Have you watched this NXT? Okay. Yes. And that was his gimmick when he came in. He was the heart of NXT. Yeah. And that's exactly what we were getting ready, and that was actually what I was getting ready to segue into. So we're all caught up with that then. So that was actually my theory, was what if Gargano beats Aleister, turns full fucking heel, completely demolishes dude at TakeOver, Ciampa drops the belt to Velveteen. I see Candice LeRae turning heel. I mean, she's already started the transition. She came out with the darker makeup, bangs, differently dressed than how she normally. Like, she looked like a heel now. And we get a DIY stable. A full heel Tommaso Ciampa, full heel Johnny Gargano, and full heel Candice LeRae. Oh, man. It would be. Yeah, they are. So, but I want to go ahead and introduce you to the rest. Sitting next to you is actually a very good buddy of mine. I flew him down out of Rhode Island. JM. Kwame Makai, JM.
It's good, man. Good to meet
you. Sitting next on the other side to him is Seth Schmidt.
What's up?
And then obviously, you know, I don't have to introduce myself again. But sitting next to me on the opposite side of you is actually co-owner and broadcast analyst for our Vicious Beings program, Zoo. So, but JM, how do you feel about that situation if a full heel DIY were to form back together? Adding Candice LeRae.
It'd be cool, man. I just, you know, I'm just wondering like when one of these guys is getting moved up.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't feel like they have the time with them that they're gonna be able to do all this.
Right.
You know, on NXT. So it's either you're gonna set up for a title match with Ciampa and Gargano again.
Right.
Or, like you're saying, put together DIY as a heel. So they can't do both, I don't think. It's one or the other.
Right, exactly. And if I could see Ciampa getting called up even after if he drops the title or not, but Ciampa has come out and has said in interviews that he doesn't plan on leaving NXT for anytime soon. He doesn't want to get called up yet. He said that he wants to stay down there. He said that he's had extensive talks with Triple H, that he has plans in NXT, and that he wants to stay there and help build that up to be a better brand on its own than what it already has become. He said that a lot worked on down there, different story ideas and everything else like that he has plans for. So that's at least what I have read.
I'm not gonna lie,
but
I'm not gonna lie though. I think guys are now scared to move up from NXT. You know,
I think so too.
After you see what happened to Nakamura and what happened to Bobby Roode, it's like.
Right.
You get like lost in the shuffle and.
It's like a swamp, dude. That's exactly what it is. It's like a swamp.
Oh, did you hear? Oh, go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
He just keeps getting snubbed. I feel bad.
He does. I feel really bad for. I'm gonna call him Fergal because that's how I know him, Prince Devitt. But yeah, fucking. I feel bad for Finn. I really do, man. Like, he had to drop not the NXT, the Universal Championship on a fucking injury technicality. It did. Yeah, and we wouldn't be going through this Brock Lesnar situation.
And that's what I don't understand about it. It was like he was good enough to be champion then, but he's not good enough
to be champion
now.
Like... Right, exactly. That's why I don't get that either. I mean, I understand that injuries happen or whatever, and I understand that they wanted to keep that Universal title on Seth Rollins, and I get that at the time. But when he came back, he should have went over Brock Lesnar. Or at least gone over Roman, in my opinion. And I know they just put the belt on Roman, and it was the first match as him as champion, and I know that WWE doesn't fucking work like that. But in all actuality, in all honesty, Finn Balor should be Universal Champion right now, in my opinion. He should be the top guy, not fucking a part-timer. I'm sorry.
The thing that bothers me is like they pay. I don't know. It's such a corporate decision. It's like
it is.
You give the belt to the guy that you're paying the most. It's so stupid.
And you have to pay him a lot of money per appearance. I mean, they have, but like that's ridiculous. But whatever. I guess it's because Vince loves his golden boy.
Did you hear about what USA did to them though?
Yeah.
Told them they had it. They're done with the 3 hours. They're done with it.
Yeah, I know.
They rather use that hour and put repeats of Law and Order SVU and get better ratings sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? That's how bad it is.
Because Raw has been hella low in ratings recently. SmackDown's been blowing them out of the water. Out of the fucking water. SmackDown, that's why SmackDown got that deal with Fox.
It's just a better show.
You have guys on there, like, they just brought up Nikki Cross on the Smack. It was the best decision WWE could have ever made for that girl. Ever. I'm sorry. She belongs to Sanity. She does not belong on Raw. The fact that they teased her when they did a whole Evolution announcement that she was on Raw. I mean, granted, they had both rosters on there. But, like, everybody was like, oh, she goes to Raw, her career is screwed. They're not going to take her to Raw. I knew that for a fact. When they brought Sanity up from NXT to go to SmackDown, I knew that it was only a matter of time before Nikki Cross got called up. And in my opinion, I felt it was perfect. I felt it was the perfect time to bring her up. Because she needed to stay in NXT to help develop the women's division. And
the way she presented herself in the ring, the way she did it, it was
absolutely fantastic. I thought it was great. It was Nikki Cross. So, I mean, but
dear Sanity.
That's actually what I want to get into next. We're gonna go back to NXT now. So, the Shayna Baszler and Kairi with the women's division.
Hey, not to be a buzzkill and interrupt you, but I gotta bounce. I gotta catch my flight.
Okay,
I apologize.
No, you're good, dude.
But I'll definitely be back next time.
All right, you're good, bud. Don't worry about it. I'll catch you.
All right, guys.
Later. All right. So, I feel Shayna Baszler is prime. Right. I don't feel like she's reached her peak, but I feel like she's peaking. In my opinion, Shayna Baszler becoming the first ever two-time NXT Women's Champion may be the beginning of her downfall before she goes to WWE. Like to the main roster. I feel that she's only going to hold the belt for a little while until Jessamyn Duke and Marina Shafir get some NXT TV time to help build them up. Probably another like 6 or 7 months after WrestleMania. I have a feeling that the 4 horsewomen are going to be all on the same show. And we're going to see a new age in WWE with strong style. Because they just brought in 4 top UFC women stars. They brought in Matt Riddle, who did a fantastic job 2 weeks ago. Which I wish that you would have been here for that, Kwame, because that was a great show that we had talked about that. Which actually, let's segue into that for now. So Shayna Baszler pretty much had said, like, Kairi Sane, she's tired of facing her, blah, 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 blah. She doesn't feel that she deserves a rematch clause because, William Regal interrupted an interview that she was doing and had said that Kairi was going to invoke her rematch clause. Shayna Baszler was not happy about it. She said that she doesn't feel that she should have a fighter again, blah, 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 blah. Regal said it's happening. It's already been booked. Too bad. Pretty much. Shayna's pissed. That was pretty much that whole segment. So, I have a feeling Shayna Baszler is going to keep the championship. For now. What the fuck happened? Okay, for some odd reason. That was weird. My monitor's just... Kwame, how do you feel about this match? Do you feel Shayna's going to retain, or do you feel Kairi's going to take it from her? I don't know if he heard me or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Kwame, you there?
Sorry, we have a little technical difficulties here.
Think we may have lost his mic. So Seth, how do you feel about this? Who do you got? Shayna or Kairi?
Honestly, I got Shayna.
You're good.
Because...
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
We'll get to you in just a second. Go ahead, Seth. Sorry about that.
I have Shayna because they're pushing her as the only 2-time NXT Women's Champion. They wouldn't just
Have her drop it to her.
lose it again to Kairi and make her also a 2-time NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, I agree.
But on the other hand, I love the way they're booking Shayna, but I wish they booked Ronda the same way.
I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree
Or
with
at
that.
least similar to the same
Right.
way.
I was gonna say and mention the same thing you were gonna say, but go ahead.
I agree.
I
I
mean,
agree with that.
Ronda could easily be pushed as literally the baddest bitch on the planet, but
Yeah. But it seems like Shayna has that title at the moment. So,
when Ronda's being pushed as female Brock Lesnar.
you're not the only
It's
one,
the reason
bud.
why I said she's being booked as the female Brock Lesnar.
Well, I don't feel that
Because-
way.
Brock as a wrestler is overrated.
As
Brock
a wrestler,
as a
he is.
fighter, I love him.
Well, that's because he can actually fight.
Not wrestle.
But he's a horrible professional wrestler at the moment. He was so much better when he first came in. He's another one who peaked way too early, went to UFC, stopped caring about professional wrestling, came back just for a paycheck and a title run.
Where Ronda, on the other hand, was in UFC, and she's learning how to wrestle.
Right.
Which I
And
give her
that's-
credit. She's learning at
She
how her
can
role
sell
is.
and play to the crowd, though. She really can.
Yeah. Where Brock's just like,
I don't care. I'm just here to demolish people and I'm going to walk out.
fucking Pele kick, I'm just gonna stumble around for 3 seconds, then we'll be perfectly fine.
Right.
I just don't.
Maggie kicked me in the back of the head, I'm selling that shit for at least the next 5 minutes.
Right, exactly. So, but, Kwame, how do you feel about Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane? Who do you think is going over? Shayna or Kairi? Okay. Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir? Yeah, they are.
Not like officially, like TV wise.
Not they
Maybe.
haven't been shows. They haven't been on televised NXT, but they have been doing house shows. And
So I mean, yes, but no.
yeah, but they're not doing any indie dates though. They're strictly doing NXT house shows right now. But all right. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Ronda would end up turning heel. The four horsewomen of WWE would join back together, which Becky would have to turn face in order for that to happen, which I'm sure they would probably do that after WrestleMania anyway. Oh my God, she is so good right now.
I've loved
love
Becky
it.
since fucking day one.
Love it, dude. Love it. She's so good. Yeah, she was like, don't break your neck on the way out of my ring. Oh man, I saw that and I was just like, God, I love her better as a heel. I really do.
She looks better as a heel.
She's so hot. No, because Sasha and Bailey are a tag team.
That fucking stupid. That angle is so fucking stupid.
I completely see that happening.
Chamber.
I see that happening.
That's what happened at Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
But then, fucking 2 months later, hey, we're best friends again. Either choose to be friends or to be enemies.
They're going to end up being the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. It's going to happen.
I don't know about that. I think
that's why they're going.
Yeah,
that's why they're starting up like Tamina and Nia Jax as a possibility. We also have the Riot Squad. We have with a possibility of Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose to end up coming back and doing Absolution or something like that, or whatever they want to do for their tag team name. Then there's a... Yeah. Who? Which one? Oh, yeah, no, she's freaking fantastic. She would be a great women's champion. Fantastic women's champion. Yeah, so do I.
I feel like, though, no matter who is in the championship match for the women's tag team titles,
right,
the opposing team is going to be Trish Stratus and Lita.
More than likely. More than likely, yes.
And they may win it the first one, and then they'll drop it a couple months down the road. I just feel like that would give them something to have under their belt.
Because I don't want it to be the Bellas. I don't.
Back when the Bellas first debuted, I loved them.
When they first came in, yes.
Big, popular, this, and this. It's, Back when they looked like each other. That's when I loved
the twin magic shit.
As soon as Nikki got the fucking boob job and the facial reconstruction shit, that's when it kind of, I still love Nikki though. Like, but
I ain't throwing shade, but there's
Bree's got the mommy belly.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, but Bree still looks good though. I'm not gonna lie.
Only looks good because of how much she's fake.
Right. You want to talk about plastic?
Natural.
Yeah, you want to talk about plastic? It's plastic, very plastic right there. So, but not trying to throw shade or whatever, but that gimmick also is trying to be relived. The twin magic gimmick is trying to be relived in our own community.
Which would make sense if they still looked like each other. And if the fucking Stella.
Not dropping names.
Calm down.
I'm not trying to throw shade.
I don't know their first names. I don't pay that much attention to them.
Well, they probably don't watch our podcast.
Work.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's a nostalgia act. You got the women from the original women's division, which revolutionized women's wrestling in WWE, and women's wrestling in the United States, period. Because at the time, we all know this, the women weren't looked at as wrestlers. They were looked at as eye candy. And it was sad. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, but when the knockouts were a thing, that's when they were original. It was original then. Because they were actually professional wrestlers. They were not these Barbied up freaking girls that they put in gimmick matches. So, I mean, Velvet Sky and Angelina Love and Madison Rayne, the beautiful people, like, the gimmick itself was fucking horrible, but it worked for them. I know, but it worked for them. It worked. They were champions, and you're right, TNA was the first one to revolutionize a women's tag team division. So, yeah, and they did stop that shit, and I thought it was the stupidest fucking idea that they ever did. So, but, so, I got Shayna Baszler over Kairi, going back to our segment. Zoo, who do you have? Shayna over Kairi or Kairi over Shayna?
I don't think the title's gonna change.
Shayna over Kairi?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a plan then. But, yeah, we completely lost Seth. He had to run too, so we're going to finish this out real quick, finish out this NXT segment. Cassius Ohno was sitting backstage. This was a WWE.com segment that they had showed on NXT. He was sitting on like a breaker box. Keith Lee and Matt Riddle are walking the backstage area and, you know, talking about, you know, their stuff in NXT and everything else like that and how it's been and, you know, just exchanging war stories a little bit back and forth or whatever. Matt Riddle's so excited to be here. And they walk, like the camera pans over and Cassius Ohno is sitting on one of them equipment boxes. And he looks at Matt and he's like, so you're the new toy. He's like, you want to know what I do to new toys? I break them. Why would you do that? Why? That's a waste of money, bud. Like, it's a complete waste of money. Why would you go out and buy a new toy strictly just to break it? Doesn't make any fucking sense, Cassius. I understand, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, so when this actually happens, Zoo, Matt Riddle or Cassius Ohno, who do you think's going over? Zoo. Zoo. I guess we lost connection with him though too. All right, Kwame. Since it's just you and I now. Who do you have going over? Cassius Ohno or Matt Riddle? Yes. Yes, yes. Ah. So do I. My money's all on Matt Riddle. I mean, Matt Riddle's one of a kind, though. Like, the dude wrestles in no fucking boots, socks, or anything. No shoes. Yep. 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 And his flip-flops. His multi-collared fucking flip-flops. Loud-ass shit. I mean, his gimmick is I love it, dude. Bro. Like, come on. His entrance theme is fucking fantastic. Bro. And it's like one of the most generic hip-hop fucking beats ever. But it's so good. He plays into the crowd so well. That man is built for this business. He really is. I said it when I first saw him wrestle. So, he's not going to go to Raw, bro. They're going to feature him in NXT for a while. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. And if he goes anywhere, he's going to go to SmackDown. That's where all the strong style fighters are. Is on SmackDown. Yup. Yes. They have more of the indie feel on SmackDown. Because they run indie storylines on SmackDown. Right. I fall asleep every Monday during Raw. Like, well, and it's one storyline. It's fucking stupid. I don't want to hear about Brock Lesnar for 3 hours. Right. See, but that storyline wasn't too bad because the Authority storyline versus Daniel Bryan was actually really fucking good. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But it'll be. Yeah. So, we got a progression for War Games. And they did. Yeah, dude. War Games is coming up. That Survivor Series weekend. It's going to be fucking fantastic. The War Games match itself, if you don't know, Undisputed Era versus the team of War Raiders, War Machine, Ricochet, and Pete Dunne.
Sick.
Undisputed Era all day. Yes. Absolutely. On the real. Listen, man, it's all about Adam Cole, baby. Come on. That's who it is. It's all about Adam Cole. All about it. And Roger Strong. But it's all about Adam Cole right now. Adam Cole it's literally just about Adam Cole. And I'm not saying that to, like, you know, take away anything from Red Dragon or Roderick Strong or Bobby Fish or Kyle O'Reilly on their own singles, right? Because all four of these guys were face or the faces of Ring of Honor at one point. So, and of PWG at one point. So, I mean,
Right.
But my thing about it is that Adam Cole is Triple H's golden boy. He is. And he should be. Because that man is fucking good. You cannot go wrong. I would never, ever, ever bet against Adam Cole. Ever. To give a good promo, to have a good match, regardless win or lose. I would never bet against Adam Cole because he is so good. Lucky. Nice. Awesome. Oh shit, that was when that was that North American Championship match.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, it was. It was him and Ricochet. I thought that was that was Brooklyn. Yeah. No. Oh, wasn't that fucking Undisputed Era versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch? Yeah. Yes. And that match was fantastic. And then you also had Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. That show was fucking lit. Yep. Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me. I had to watch it from home. So it was a bad day for me. But yeah, my money's on Undisputed Era and War Games. So that's gonna be pretty fucking dope. It's gonna be really good. And God. Yep. Well, we're gonna talk about that. Actually, I'm glad that you brought that up. So there's been rumor, I don't know if it's fact or not, but rumor and innuendo is that WWE offered the Elite, and these are the members of the Elite that they offered them to, Kenny Omega, Cody, and the Bucks, $3 million each to sign with WWE. I have a feeling that we might get the Elite in WWE soon. If it's true, Cody Rhodes would not turn down $3 million. And if WWE pitched, you can go ahead and do your, what is that? Being the Elite show, and we'll put it on WWE Network. So, because everybody watches Being the Elite. Even non-wrestling fans watch Being the Elite. So, I mean, it's just good entertainment. It's funny. My thing about it is that I want to see Kenny Omega face off against a lot of people, but I really want to see Kenny versus Adam Cole. I really do. It would be. And I would like to see, I want to see Cody and AJ go at it. Mm-hmm. That would be fucking lit. I would love that.
Nah, right now I would say Kenny. I'd say Kenny versus Dean.
Oh,
With
that's
heel
good.
Turn right now. With the Dean's heel turn right now.
But it would have to be the cleaner Kenny.
Yeah, the cleaner one. Yeah, I agree.
It would be the cleaner versus the lunatic fringe. That would be the match. Be awesome. I would love that. It would be fantastic because you have two dudes that know how to do promo work, and it would be fucking fantastic. I also want to see, because the Bucks have plenty of opportunities, but if the Elite would sign to WWE, I'm sure they would go to SmackDown first. I have a feeling they wouldn't go to Raw. They would go to SmackDown first. Because we have to get the Bucks versus the New Day. We have to. We have to have it. We have to have the Bucks versus the New Day. Yep. And it would be Kofi Kingston and Big E versus the Bucks. And then I can see Cody Rhodes. This is why I say Cody and AJ. Because it would be Cody Rhodes versus AJ for the WWE Championship. I have a feeling, bro. Like, if they were to do that, that would be a part of the stipulation in that contract, is Cody Rhodes would be like, I want AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Because Cody has already said he wanted AJ. So. Yeah. I mean, they were featured on Up, Up, Down, Down. Because it was Kenny and the Bucks that was on Up, Up, Down, Down. So. But, I could just see that happening. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but I could see it. So. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that happening. For sure. It would have to be after Roman gets back. So within the next 2 to 5 years. So, but I believe the main event of NXT. I can't remember the main event of NXT. I don't remember what it was. But I will have to say this. Bianca Belair always impresses me. Because there was a backstage segment on this past NXT that just, I love Bianca. I do. Amaya hates her. She doesn't like her at all. She finds her, fucking that entitled fucking girl that believes that she should get everything that she wants because she's strong, but she talks a bunch of shit. I love Bianca. As a character, she's absolutely fantastic. The EST. But to call out Mia Yim, you're asking for it. Because Mia Yim doesn't hold back nothing.
Yeah, find out the hard way, so just.
And that's already been match booked for next week. Mia Yim versus Bianca Belair. I'm excited. Kwame, who do you have? Bianca or Mia Yim? I know. It's a hard one. I said, do you have Bianca Belair or Mia Yim? I know. Who you got? You got. Yeah, they are. So what, you gonna stay neutral? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, her theme song is amazing. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt. No, all right. Zoo, who do you have? Me, Ian, or Bianca?
This one's a hard one to say. I'll have to say mutual on this one.
Neutral?
Mhm.
Well, I'm not gonna go with the lot. I'm actually gonna make a choice. I have my money on Mia.
Yeah.
You're good, because we're actually gonna before we go ahead and have you scoot, we're gonna go ahead and do our ending for our show anyway. So, we're actually gonna catch up with you, see if we can try and get you in on a special podcast sometime on a weekend, probably on like a Friday, and we'll do an exclusive interview with you. Sound good? So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining our UWA podcast. I appreciate everybody for coming out, everybody for viewing. Thank you to Zoo, JM, Shane Frost, and Kwame Mackay. My name is Chris Malenko. You can find me on Instagram at Strange Dabs. That's STRANGEDABZ. Also, go ahead and look in the bio for our Instagram page for the company. It's UWA Wrestling _2K. Make sure that you go ahead and follow Crystal Crimson 2K, Jade Winters 2K, as they are fairly new to Instagram as well. Kwame, go ahead and give your plug, man. Tell everybody where they can find you at. Nice. All right. Zoo. Gotta have you do it, bud. One time for the fam.
It's always fun.
One time for the fam.
Zoo lick my balls. It's Z00LICKMABALLZ.
Man,
If you want to say it again.
I'm gonna have to, because that's our gimmick, bud. That's Z
Do it.
00 LICKMABALLZ on Instagram. Zoo lick my balls. So, make sure that you go ahead and give us a subscription. Go ahead, drop a like, drop a comment, share with your friends. Make sure they give us a subscription. Drop a like, drop a comment, and make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that way you know whenever we come live. Yet again, thank you to everybody for coming out. I appreciate y'all. This has been another edition of the UWA podcast. We are Underground Wrestling Alliance, and we are the new land of ultra-violent wrestling, the new home of Extreme. And we will see you guys next week, November 17th, for the very first episode of UWA Vicious Beings. Have a nice weekend, guys.